We do, but I think there's other things that are probably more important of a European nature rather than domestic Germany. I think there's a lot of talk about Italian banking crisis, a lot of issues about where Greece goes next in terms of the next round of negotiations. And I think that obviously Brexit's, top of, all the papers, headlines at the moment, but I think that we're going to find over the next 3 to 6 months, those are all going to start to change, and not that Brexit's going to be sort of forgotten about, but it's going to become less of a hot topic, and there'll be some other issues that arguably could have a greater impact upon the future of Europe.
I think generally real estate and politics don't generally react that quickly to each other. I think that, again, you have a long-term view. I'm not worried about a German election. I'd pick that up as well. You look at the European context, it's all a matter of where's the whole story going to go, and is there going to be a disruptive momentum, and will Europe, fall apart potentially? My appeal would be, I hope it doesn't, and I hope everybody here in the room sees a certain value in the European Union, but it's also clear that the European Union has to reinvent itself and put in a certain amount of marketing and thought to see where it has to go. If that's doable, I think there could be a savior at the end of the day. And I think the German vote, I wouldn't overinterpret the vote of Sunday. We're talking about 1.5 eligible voters, and 123,000 of them voted, in my particular view, the wrong party, or a right-wing party, or a confused party. Confused voters, confused party. In a confused Bundesland. So, it's 123,000 people, and they have their right to define their political, their anger of what's going on. But that's not going to influence a particular vote. They will go into parliament, but I think, again, the problem is you're going to have another big, strong, or just another big coalition. And that's starting to get a bit boring as well, and, increases these fringe parties. But generally, Germany will continue to trot on politically and will give you an environment for investors and for real estate and for tenants and for all the other issues, even if the SPD and CDU throw it around and taking on the Greens or whatever. I think long term, that stability has been proven over the past 60, 70 years that that's not a big threat in Germany. And I think it shouldn't influence your voting. The bigger picture potentially should. The European picture should.